welcome to Feel Better Eating. This is a whole food plant-based experience that has the intention of educating you about the health benefits of eating certain plants, inspiring you to try new dishes, and Catherine, come on, hit me with it.
Have fun.
Have fun in the kitchen. Today we do have a certified banger. It's a very simple recipe, but one I think that you're really going to appreciate, because if you get into the habit of eating this recipe, you can add it to so many different dishes. It's very versatile. It's going to be very satiating, super tasty, and I'm grateful that you're all being here. People here in the live audience, Michigan City, welcome. People watching on YouTube, thank you for watching this. Catherine, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How you doing? Looking cute today, if I may say so myself.
Joshua picked this dress out for me at the thrift store. It's really nice, isn't it? I really like it. It's all natural material as well. Wow. Yeah, so I really like it. Thank you, honey.
Pleasure. How you doing?
I'm great, as always. I'm always excited to share new recipes, and I'm kind of in a snack theme now. Last week we did a sweet snack, and this week we're going to do a savory snack. Today we're going to be making homemade crackers that are gluten-free, and we're going to be pairing it with a Chipotle hummus. So as Joshua said, this is very versatile with the crackers and with the hummus. I just decided on these two renditions today. Okay?
Perfect. Well, let's dive into it. Let's get these crackers. Let me just... Why is that funny?
I don't know.
I'll move these over here.
Okay, we'll worry about that later.
Talk me through the crackers.
These crackers are going to be so simple. I've been seeing a lot of videos on the internet about making homemade crackers, and so I was really inspired to make them today, because when you get crackers from the store, I feel like they barely give you any in a box. And then by the time that you use them, you open them, they get stale, and you're like, why did I just spend all this money on this little bag of crackers that just went bad? What am I going to do now? And how do you feel about store-bought crackers?
I don't trust them.
No.
At all. We'll get into why in just a minute, but I don't trust them.
Okay, so as I said, these are going to be they could be organic, but they're not going to be completely organic today, but they're going to be gluten-free. So instead of an all-purpose flour, we're going to be using 2 gluten-free flours. First one we're going to be using is oat flour. We're going to you could use 1.5 cups of oat flour. I'm going to just use the 1 cup of oat flour, roughly.
Very English sounding that.
Why am I struggling so much with it?
Let's check these.
We've got some crackers in the oven.
Spoiler.
They need to be golden brown. Are they golden brown yet?
Give it a couple of minutes.
Oh, I'm supposed to be cooking them at 375.
Oh.
Maybe just turn the temperature up. Maybe that will help.
There we go.
I only had them at 350.
Oh.
Okay, so you're going to preheat your oven to 375 before you get your crackers started. Like I said, we're using 1 cup of oat flour here. And what I love about oat flour is that if you already have oats at home, you can just grind them up in a coffee grinder, and then you have fresh ground oat flour at home.
Easy peasy.
And then in the cupboard today, I found this gluten-free all-purpose flour. So I'm going to use 1/2 cup of this. And this is just rice flour, tapioca starch, potato starch, salt, and the good old xanthan. So these are common ingredients that you'll find in gluten-free flours. So I'm just going to be adding it just for a different flour choice. You could do just all of all-purpose flour like this, or you could just do all of oat flour, but, oh wait, that was only supposed to be 1/2 cup.
I think that would be a nice texture change to have it.
I have both of them, yeah, because as you can tell, this one's really white and powdery, whereas the oat
gritty,
flour is more gritty, brown.
Texturous.
Yeah.
Is that a word, texturous?
Texturous.
It is now. Right, what's going in next?
Next, we're going to be adding some baking powder, so that's going to help with the rising of the crackers.
The fluffiness.
We're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of that. And then we're going to do sea salt. We're just using a heavy grain sea salt here, about 3/4 teaspoon. I don't want to measure that out.
Close enough, isn't
Close
it?
enough. And then about a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. So you could just stop here. You could be like, you know what, I just like salt and pepper crackers. I don't want to put anything else on my cracker. Or you could customize your crackers.
Yeah.
You could put rosemary in there. You could put garlic powder in there. We're gonna add a little bit of Italian seasoning on our cracker. Get some of that in there. You could make them spicy crackers by putting
Spicy,
some cayenne on them. That's what I love about this. It's completely customizable. At the store, you have to pick whatever flavorings they're giving to you, where at home, you can just decide, oh, I want this type of crackers today. So we put all of our dry ingredients in. So we need to give it a good mix to make sure that making sure the baking powder gets spread out and the 2 flours mix and the seasonings get spread out.
Can we give a quick check on these?
Oh, I forgot the other dry ingredient. Are they okay?
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be good.
Okay. Done? Good?
Close.
Maybe put a timer on.
I've got one.
Okay.
Oh,
He
nutritional
always
yeast.
has a timer. Yeah, I forgot.
And she's back.
That's another dry ingredient.
Damn.
So nutritional yeast is going to add some B vitamins to the crackers, and it's also going to add like a slightly cheesy taste because nutritional yeast tastes like cheese.
We haven't seen that on the show for a while, have we? It's been neglected in the cupboard, that one. It used to be here every week.
We were on a
nutritional
nooch
yeast.
break.
Oh yeah.
Very powdery.
Smells as it used to.
So if you were making a gluten-free vegan cracker like we are today, a plant-based cracker, if you wanted it to be like ultra cheesy, just add more nutritional yeast and it will really heighten the cheesy flavor of your cracker. Kind of like a Cheez-It, what you get from the store. It would taste more like a Cheez-It. Okay, and then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil.
That's going to help it bind together.
It's going to help it bind, and it's going to help with the cooking process and it browning in the oven.
You'll also get polyphenols from the olive oil, which is always good.
Right.
You hit me with the right. Love it.
And then just a 1/2 cup of water.
Ooh, yeah. Can I do this bit? You're going to mix it right?
Mm-hmm. And now we're going to mix it until it's a nice, even dough. And depending on the weather, or depending on how accurate your measurements were, your dough could put up to temperature. Your dough could possibly end up too dry, and then you would add a little bit, maybe more water and olive oil. And if it ends up too wet and sticky, then you would go back and add a bit more flour.
How does that look then?
So far, so good. I just think it needs a bit more mixing. Are you using a fork or a spoon?
Spoon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just make sure you scrape the sides really well. That's good. It's good. I think it's clumping pretty well.
Yeah, it's clumping pretty good.
I don't think it's too dry.
I can really smell the olive oil. Surprisingly.
Yeah, me too.
It's nice.
I could really smell the nooch in the first batch that I made.
The mystery batch. The batch ahead of time.
So if you get to this point, it's kind of just easier if you just start using your hands.
Yeah.
So if I use my hands, I'll be able to tell where the
dough,
dough is at, because when you press it together, you'll get more of a feel for if it's too sticky or if it's too dry. I honestly think it's a little bit too...
Oh.
It could be a bit too dry. It is a little crumbly, in my opinion.
Is it a little crumbly?
It's crumblier than the first batch.
Get a little bit of water.
A little bit of water. It's a little bit too crumbly for mine, because it's not picking up this last bit at the bottom. Why are you using that one?
Why not?
Okay. So we're just gonna use our intuition here, make sure it doesn't end up too wet, because then we're gonna have to add more flour. I feel like I made it too wet now.
Do you want me to change the bowl?
Yeah, get rid of that. Now it's all drippy. Shoot. Oh well. We're just gonna have to put a little bit more flour on it. The last one turned out so perfect. Can I have a little bit more flour?
Yeah, what type?
Either one. Let's do some cauliflower.
Sprinkles?
See, like how it's a bit too...
I think you're pretty close though.
It is close. Because we don't want it sticking to my hand and leaving... This is better. This is way better. So you see how it's not it doesn't look wet and it's not falling apart, so this is perfect.
Okay. And then I'll get you this.
Yeah, get that done there. Now all we're going to do is get out a clean surface. So I could just do it on the metal here.
Do you want it?
But no, it's okay. I'll do it on this piece of parchment paper.
Oh look, there's evidence of
post dough.
That's evidence of Catherine's reusal policy. Love that.
You gotta keep it. If it's not ruined, it's not ruined. This is the part now where we're gonna flatten it out, and it would have been a lot easier if I remembered my rolling pin.
Yeah.
But I didn't. So it's okay, I'll just press it down to my best ability. And so you're just gonna have to be a bit patient. And if you find that it's sticking too much to your hand, you can add a bit more flour to the top to get it stop from sticking. But as you can tell, it's not really sticking to my hand. And if I washed my hands, it probably would be sticking a little bit less, but.
And what you mean by that, wash your hands again? You did wash your hands before you
I did, but look at they're
Yeah, I
all
understand.
icky and gunky.
Just clarifying so people don't freak out.
Yeah.
Real cooking. It's not just me here today.
So what we're trying to accomplish as thin of a dough as possible. I think on the recipe it says a 1/16 of an inch thick, which is like, that is like so thin.
Yeah, that's very thin, yeah.
That's.
There's not like a bottle or something there in the.
Yeah.
Ooh, a bottle! I didn't think of
You
that.
could use that, but it's got a wrapper on
I
it.
can't believe they don't have a roller there.
That's
Yeah,
what I
they
thought
don't.
too. It's okay. A bottle is a good idea. I didn't even think about that.
What type of bottle do you want?
That wine bottle over there, yeah.
That could be fine. Do you want to give it a quick wash, or I mean, we're gonna be baking them, so let's try that, Robert.
It's on Robert if it don't go well.
It's working, Robert. You're so smart.
I mean, look at that.
That's way better.
That's teamwork, that is.
I'm gonna move this.
They do smell good, don't they?
Yeah, it's all cheap.
I'm gonna move this now. This is too much.
Bit longer on that, do you
I
think?
don't know why they're not like golden. Feel how crispy it is.
Yeah, they're crispy, yeah.
All right, we'll just take it out then. So I transferred this over now that I can make the dough thinner.
They look really good, then. Spoiler alert, they look good.
And you're gonna get. It says you can get 80 crackers from this. I don't know. I didn't count them. Oh, we got a rip there.
Yeah, we've probably got 80 on there at least.
But as you can see, it's not really sticking. It's doing really well. Us putting this out, rolling this out. It's getting
Yeah.
nice and thin and even.
Does it just smell? I can't believe how much I can smell that olive oil. I was not expecting that.
I smell more than nutritional yeast now. You smell more than the cheesy. smell.
But I think that's also those bacon.
Okay. Look at how great that is.
Lovely job.
So now
Lovely job, honey.
we get a pizza cutter, and we'll cut them like about an inch, I guess. I'm not that exact. If you want like a uniform cracker, what you
Oh,
will
yeah.
do is that you'll pick all the perfect squares out after you're done, and then you can rework the dough of the pieces, rework the dough, and then cut more perfect
Is
circles.
it really? Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But if you don't care, then you don't have to worry about doing that.
Yeah. I could have bought in a speed square or something.
You're always looking to optimize it, aren't you?
Imagine. That looks good, that. Perfect. Catherine's like the dough master, I think.
Oh, you're sweet.
And it's interesting, every time you make dough, you're always like, oh, I don't know if it's gonna work. And every time it's perfect.
It works, yeah. Okay, so we've got our grid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, go do
Yeah?
another one. Do another one.
See, I'm involved
Good
now.
job. So the ones that look like perfect squares, I'm just gonna poke holes in them. So that when...
Oh, look at that, straight off.
Look at that.
Straight.
Straight off. Do you want to get another bacon?
I think that's kind of like 1/4 of an inch. I maybe didn't get it thin enough, but if you like thick crackers, I like thick crackers, so we could just reuse this parchment paper. Oh, you're gonna put them. Yeah.
Imagine if I dropped all them.
Do you think it matters if they're on parchment paper again or no?
What do you mean?
We'll
Sorry,
just
I'll
cook it
put
straight on the pan.
I think you
Transfer
can.
those to the.
Just slide it underneath.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Thanks.
Oh, stuff on the ground.
There we go.
There we go. So then whatever ones I'm finished, I'm just gonna put in the corner here. So what, do you want to be on pokey duty or?
Yeah, poke them on. We'll do that. Bang.
So as Joshua pokes them, I'll move them onto the pan.
We always do have a little production line, don't we, at home as well? When
Yeah.
we're making stuff.
Like when I do chocolate covered things at home, Joshua's
I'm
the
the
salt
salt
man.
man.
So like I'll roll it in the chocolate and then he'll be there to put the salt on.
I usually take the lower responsibility role actually in the kitchen. I put that on you because you're good at it.
So these parts, we're gonna rework the dough. It's fine.
Are we really?
Well, you didn't poke them. Just focus on the squares, the perfect squares.
They're rectangles, honey. That one's a rectangle.
Yeah,
Get it
it
out.
would be really hard to get actually perfect squares. Wow, you did that really fast.
Yeah, professionalism.
Well, do you want to rework the dough then while I believe in yourself?
Well,
Over here, move this.
move this. Rework.
And then I'll spread these out. So how easy is this so far?
Yeah.
Pretty easy. Look at that wine bottle.
And depending on how many you eat in a day, you can just store these at room temperature. We'll just leave these because you already poked holes in them.
Yeah. Look at that. He's a natural, honey.
And like we talked about last week with the snack bars having hidden ingredients in it that
Oh,
aren't
yeah.
really good for your health, they do the same thing with crackers. And we looked at the history of crackers, and what they were was a food of survival. So crackers were first invented to take on ships with for sailors
Yeah.
because they held their... 'cause
Once they're dry, they last.
Yeah, they last
long.
longer. So they would take them on long sailing trips, and they were also used in times of war to,
By the soldiers.
yeah, by soldiers. And so they were initially not really called crackers, they were called flatbreads and
Hardtack.
hardtack. So they had different names. And then through time and history, people wanted to make crackers more a part of a regular cuisine. So it was in the 1850s they started pairing cheese with crackers as a snack. And then crackers became something that people wanted. And you said that in England they have
Cheese and crackers at Christmas.
cheese and crackers in Christmas. So after you eat dessert, they used to then
still do?
serve crackers and cheese, which doesn't make any sense to me.
Why does
After
that
I
not
have,
make sense?
Because after I have a dessert, I wouldn't want to go back to a savory
It's not
dish.
immediately. You have like a 15-minute interval. There's time in between.
I know, but still, I don't know.
But it's
not really
nice
my
when you got
first
all
choice.
like 6 different types of cheese, 5-6 different types of crackers.
I like that as an
sandwiches,
appetizer. Like I like a charcuterie board. You
Little
know.
glass of pork. Come on.
Imagine you make your own homemade crackers for a charcuterie board. That'd be fun,
Oh,
wouldn't
what
it?
is that one?
Oh, now this
That's
is
a
stuck.
Ritz.
That one is. It's like a pizza. That one.
But what I said in the car, you really like that. So crackers were first a means of survival, and then they became a means for profit. So people, after they realized that crackers were a normal part of everyday life now for snacks and meals and holidays, then they
Get the
started
preservatives in them.
get the preservatives in them, get the ingredients that aren't so good for you, and then all of a sudden, the crackers that were really useful became really unhealthy.
Yeah, I'm very addictive. If you've ever been addicted to crackers, there's reasons as to why that is. It's not by chance. That's by design.
Since you find the preservatives, how long a shelf life would you say?
These, I think if you keep them dry, you probably
Yeah,
get 10
probably like a
days.
week or so.
Maybe a week to 10 days if you keep them in like a bread box. But probably in our house, maybe about 15 minutes.
Yeah,
No,
those
not
would
long.
probably only last a day in our house.
Yeah. Right, we'll leave this over here. There's no room. So now we're just going to put those in the oven for about
13 to 18 minutes. Just keep an eye on them. Those took longer to cook, but they
You've given
were.
the game away again.
But you raise the temperature, so.
Yeah, I had the temperature off and.
Right, we'll bring these out in a minute. Next, what are we going to pair with them? Shall I give that a clean? No?
It's fine.
Alright,
I'll
get rid of this.
I needed to rinse my hands real quick.
Yeah, get rid of this. Put this in here. Easy peasy. Intermission cleaning break. Catherine's washing her hands. Right. Similar to how the crackers are versatile, what you're going to pair with the crackers is, of course, infinitely versatile. You can literally put anything that you want with them, right?
Yeah.
Today, we're going to be showing you one of our favourites, well, mine specifically, which is Kate's put on here hummus, and it is going to turn into a kind of hummus, but really, it's almost like the, not refried beans?
Yeah, refried beans.
Refried beans, it's similar to that, but we're going to be
Brains.
using brains. We're going to be using black beans, and we're going to be making a black bean hummus, aren't we, Catherine?
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound nice,
It
everybody?
does. I
So-
think we forgot the tahini.
Oh, how could we? How could we have done that? We also have a new gizmo here today, so that's always interesting. We upgraded from the ear-shattering, what was that other one called?
Kilitos.
Calito. So we're now into this other one, this new one.
It doesn't have its brand name on it.
I'm not sure, but it's stainless steel and it's
Right.
way less noisy. We're gonna be
yeah.
thrilled. Editing easier, people's ears. We love it.
And we're cutting down on our plastic pollution by this brand sells you a stainless steel bowl and a glass bowl.
Yeah.
So it's really nice and it's very versatile. It's got this double blade. We've
And
already
here's
used
one for
it.
purchase.
Yeah. Check out our Amazon link in the description.
We should have that.
I am gonna put that.
Oh, you are going to put that in there?
I'm an Amazon affiliate now.
Damn.
We're leveling up. Okay.
Chill.
So, as Joshua hinted, this is going to be a black bean hummus. So you can make a hummus with any bean, really. The normal one is chickpea, but black beans are also a very viable option for a hummus. So we're gonna get our black beans in there.
These are just canned black beans. We've got 2 cans. In. You'll see this is the easiest thing in the world.
So
to make.
easy. Hummus is so simple, and there's so many different renditions of hummus that you can make.
In. Next.
Half a cup of tahini.
And what is tahini again, Catherine? Remind us all.
It's just ground up sesame seeds,
Yeah.
and
Very delicious.
it just essentially is a seed butter that has a very distinct taste. I think
it
it's
does, yeah.
it's pretty bitter in my opinion.
Do you think? Yeah, I guess it is.
It is quite
It's
bitter.
delicious though. I love tahini.
Is that half cup down there? What happens to the half cup?
Oh, that's a long one. You'll have to eyeball it.
Eyeball.
Maybe you could do.
The half cup is just over there.
Eyeball.
Tahini is the #1 used butter when you're making hummus.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure why, but
I think the flavour profiles, isn't it?
because it's such a neutral flavor profile. Well, not
Well, you
neutral.
just said it's not
but
neutral.
It is kind of. That's hard to-
It's relatively. I don't know. It's delicious, and having the
It just
oil in
pairs
there
well.
gives you that fluffy hummus taste that you need really. So that's good, and I'm glad we got the cup after all that. No one could have eyeballed
No,
that.
that was actually a really difficult. A fourth of a cup is the easiest to eyeball, honey.
Really? What, scientifically?
Well, in my head.
Is it? Yeah. Interesting.
Because remember you asked me which one's easy? I don't think half a cup's easy. I'm making there's tahini now
But
everywhere.
if you can eyeball a quarter of a cup, you could just do it twice.
Maybe. If I was on like Guy Fieri's show and I had to be like quick about it, I probably wouldn't take the time to just do that exact half cup.
Well,
No,
so
there's
lovely.
tahini
Got
everywhere,
tahini
but
everywhere.
That's fine.
That's
We'll clean
such
that
is
after
life.
the show.
Such as like we're going to be putting it in there. Chipotle, which I always find funny, it's called chipotle. even
Well,
though
we're
it's
doing.
incorrect.
We have to do lime juice.
Oh, okay.
We skipped over lime juice.
Oh, I did skip over lime juice. So a quarter cup of lime juice. So you can eyeball lime juice, is what you're saying to me.
I'm just gonna do my best. Ooh, I've got this liquid measuring cup I can use.
Yeah, but we don't have. Right.
Because this is a Chipotle one, it's gonna have a lot of Mexican flavored inspiration in it. Spanish inspiration, and my favorite lime trick, again, if you don't have a juicer, a lime citrus juicer at home, you just pierce the skin with a fork and twist.
Easy peasy. Let's see.
And we'll see
This is
how
a bit-
quickly we can get to a fourth of a cup. I love lime. It's
I'll
so
get a
fresh. Ooh, good idea. There's one right here already. We're back and forth a lot today.
I know. Yeah, we're in and out.
Oh, we've got some
Plenty of movement.
weird thing in
Yeah,
there.
lime smells so good.
It's great for your your livers and your kidneys. Lime is. I don't think we'll both be able to.
I like drinking it with my water.
Yeah,
Oh,
me
yeah.
too.
Go on. Oh, it's like that
Alternating.
oil drilling.
How are we supposed to know when we're out of? Oh,
It's
half
got-
of a. We'll do half of a.
half of a half is a fourth.
Yep.
It's like a maths lesson today for you, isn't it?
Every day's a math lesson for me. Math is not my strong suit. Okay. I mean, this is a lot of lime juice.
Yeah, that's probably good. We'll do this one, and that's good. It's a quarter of a cup. And you can adjust this to taste, you know, like if you don't like it too zingy.
It's really
Zingy.
quiet all of a
It
sudden.
did go really quiet. I thought that as well. I don't know. I was like,
What fan was going on earlier?
I'm not sure.
I mean,
Like in what?
we'll just do that much lime. It'll be fine.
Good deal. Right. Get rid of this. Bang that in there.
We're at
Get
that.
in there.
And then now Joshua is right. We're gonna do chipotle pepper and adobo sauce.
Adobe.
No, it's adobo.
Adobo.
Adobe is like a house. So adobo means marinated. So adobo is a marinated sauce that's made with various different ingredients, but it's usually vinegar and ancho peppers and other flavorings. It's usually got a smoky and sweet taste. So when they call for chipotles and adobo sauce, this is something that is actually really popular in Mexican and Spanish style dishes, so that's why we're using it today.
You actually get it on the tables when you eat at restaurants, or I have when I've been to Mexico. They have that in, you know, like salt, pepper, and that in its own little container, and you can just put it on everything. You got it? Ooh,
Got it.
strong.
So let's smell it. Whoa, smoky. That may be spicy as well, so
Oh yeah,
we'll see how
that smells
goes.
so good.
We're gonna do 3 tablespoons of
Damn.
this stuff.
Get that in there. That's going to be really good.
Yeah,
that
it
with the
is.
black beans is going to be. Oof, I'm excited for this, me. It's simple, but
Well,
delicious.
you asked for Spanish style hummus this week, and I
did.
delivered, didn't I?
You did deliver, honey, as you often do. Next in, olive oil.
That will help with the blending process.
Yep,
Another one of them.
another one of them. Bang.
I love this about hummus. It's just one bowl.
Just smash it in
smash
there.
it in. We've got a garlic clove here. You can customize how many garlic cloves you want to put in, but one is going to be enough flavoring for me, in my
Cumin.
opinion. Cumin, which is also very popular in Mexican and Spanish dishes.
And delicious.
We're gonna get about
That much.
a teaspoon in. Just pat it like a baby's bottom until
Until you've got enough.
you got enough.
Next, we're going to be adding cayenne for some heat.
Yeah, so
Obviously, just this.
be
We'll just
careful
do a
about
little
how much
bit.
when you.
Yeah, we'll just do that, and then if anybody wants more, they can add because it's spicy.
Sea salt.
Sea salt, classic.
And
that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, should we? Wait,
Oh.
let's just get
I'm
that.
gonna get rid of that. What do you want to wait? Is that what you were waiting on?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Updated version.
And it's got a sealer, so it's not gonna just splash all over the place.
Oh. Here we go. Blue light. Look.
It's got 2 speeds.
See, we can still
So
talk.
quiet.
Hello, everybody.
Needs that silence,
It's not.
but- The glass one's obviously easier for you to see where wow, see that blended up right fast?
Yeah. Beautiful. We'll give that one more spin, I think.
I think so too. Very effective this
Very
one.
effective.
I'm really happy
I'm
with the quality
very
of that.
pricey. I think this was like $37.
It's like the only glass metal one on the
No, that's enough.
I'm only doing that as a troll.
I know, I know.
Beautiful.
Great.
Job done. Easy.
What bowl was?
We'll set this to the side. Almost ready to serve. We've got one more artifact
piece.
that we're going to be making here today.
Obviously, you could just serve it with the black beans just how it is. Be like, I'm done. But we're gonna go an extra layer.
We're going for
and
it,
we're gonna
honey.
put a nice topping on top of our hummus.
What we're going to be making?
We're gonna be putting pico de gallo on top of our hummus to add an extra Spanish flair.
And before we dive in, let's talk about the name Pico de Gallo, because I found this out today and I love it. So apparently, allegedly, because there's many different versions of why it's called Pico de Gallo, but supposedly the way that you eat this with a chip, like what we're going to be doing, like this,
With your fingers, your
Makes
index
it
finger,
look-
middle finger, and thumb.
like a rooster's head, right?
Yeah,
So that's why they call it Pico de Gallo.
it's like head of the rooster. And
There
we're
you
like,
go. Allegedly,
maybe.
allegedly.
And then the other one was salsa bandera or
Yeah.
something like that, because when you mix the ingredients together, it's the colors of the Spanish-Mexican flag.
The Mexican flag, not
Mex-
there's no
the
such thing
Mexican
as a
flag,
Spanish
yes, the Mexican flag.
So this is
Excuse
super
me.
straightforward. We've got
Tomatoes.
oh, I see you're English now. These are Roma tomatoes. Oh no, you said
Tomatoes?
tomatoes. 2 pounds of tomatoes here. These are Roma. You could probably use something else, but these are probably the best for
Yeah.
salsa. We've got half a red onion diced up, and then we're going to be adding these. Shall I just mix it in that bowl?
Yeah, mix it.
Why not?
Just that's good, because we'll put the hummus in that one, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Easy peasy.
we're out of artifacts.
We're
so
back, we're
scraping artifacts.
We're back for more. I'll get 2 spoons.
Okay, good idea.
Easy peasy. I mean, this might be the strongest smelling onion in history, honestly. When I cut this thing up, everybody was crying.
It is a strong flavor.
But this specific onion,
I'm not sure.
yeah, I'm sure.
I'm not sure why this one is so strong, is what I'm trying to say.
Can you not smell it?
I can smell it.
Right, that's in there.
Okay, and then we're going to be adding, so you could use 1 jalapeno, and you can customize how many seeds and ribs you want to keep in it depending on what type of spice level you like. However, the store that we go to does not sell organic jalapenos. It's actually quite difficult to find organic jalapenos in the winter months. So today we are compromising with this nice sauce that I found from the store called Creamy Jalapeno. And it's by the Siete brand, and they're
We
really
like them.
popular for creating a healthy chip. If you go to the store, you can find Siete tortilla chips and just regular tortillas, and they're always gluten-free, and they never have any nonsense in them. So we really like this brand. This sauce has no nonsense in it. I'll cover the ingredients. Water, jalapenos, avocado oil, apple cider vinegar, dates, dried garlic, sea salt, konjac. I don't know what konjac is.
Cognac, that's a drink, isn't it?
Turmeric powder. So
Gotcha.
no weird ingredients in this at all. So we're gonna get the flavor of jalapeno and some other flavors without adding jalapenos. So it's not as cute. It's not as pretty as adding the fresh chopped jalapenos, but it will do.
It will do.
Because we've got the green from the cilantro. Coriander. So we've got some vibrant
Yeah, it looks
coriander
really good, that.
here.
Is that want it to be diced?
I guess we could just get some scissors out and
Yeah, I'll
cut
go back over here.
Go back over there and then come back over here.
Yeah, I was thinking about bringing the scissors and I bottled it.
Did you timer the crackers?
Come back over here. No longer.
Okay. So we're just gonna chop some cilantro
Do you want the
in it.
stems in there?
Try to avoid putting the stems in there. And then, surprise, surprise, we need more lime. So
Oh, really? More lime?
more lime.
Go on.
So I'll get the lime prepared.
You start liming that up, yeah.
The juice of 1 lime.
And as for ratios here, we're obviously, this recipe is for
absurd.
several people here today. If you're doing this at home, you don't have to use all of the limes imported from...
Well, I've read that the pico de gallo, if you let it sit in the fridge and let the flavors marinate, it's actually better.
Oh,
And it tastes
really?
better. Yeah, so it's better. So
So we'll serve this at 6 o'clock tomorrow?
this will save, well, the pico de gallo. Obviously, this made like a ton. And it said 2 pounds of tomatoes, and I want to note that I did not use 2 pounds of tomatoes. I probably
It wasn't
used
far
just
off.
over. Yeah.
It
This
probably
ma-
wasn't far off 2 pounds.
This amount of salsa, though, is incredible. I mean, if you're bringing this huge bowl of salsa to a party, that would go really well. And if you could serve it on the side of the hummus, so if people just want pico salsa with your homemade crackers, they could just have that, or they could have the hummus with the pico on top, the variables, you know. You never know what people are going to be into at a party like that, or what you're going to be into. And it's good to have the salsa at home for whatever other dish you make. You can make tacos, you can make taco bowls, burrito bowls, any sort of Spanish at home, and put the pico de gallo on it. Why am I making you laugh so
No,
much?
it's just funny. That's funny, that funny timbre of your voice right then and there. It's like an infomercial for making it.
I'm selling this recipe.
You
This
are,
is a
I'm
great
sold.
recipe.
I'm all in on it.
Yeah.
I'm excited. That smells really good, right? Does
Everything
that look
smells so fresh.
good? It does smell really
It's the
fresh.
bringing in of spring.
Yeah.
Bring spring on.
Bring it on. Especially if you
Spring it on me.
barbecue.
Ooh, barbecue and then a
Barbecue
sweet.
season.
And then you got this like nice fresh salsa
Get this
with
out.
it.
Get this out.
Let's see where our
Give that
ratios
a
are.
mix up. We'll leave that. That's enough coriander for now because people can add that. That's quite a strong flavour.
Some people don't like coriander.
Yeah, and I don't trust those people.
It's
You know
it's a genetic thing.
Yeah, so they say. Somebody told me it tastes like soap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? You think that?
Some people, it's a genetic variant where people just don't like it as much.
I'm obviously joking. You're entitled to not like coriander. That does look good. Like
It does.
maybe a bit more of this little.
I was thinking
think
it
about-
would look. I don't like that.
Throw that on.
You didn't
Get
cut
rid
that
of
up enough. It's
Ah,
not, it's not
shocking.
uniform.
Sacking, honey. More of this, I reckon.
I was thinking. Wait. Just wait a second. Well, we could do it.
That does look good, like.
What I want to do is I want to put this on top of the hummus, and then I want to do like a swirl of that sauce on top of it. I
Alright,
think
honey,
that
I'll
would look
trust
really
you.
good. So let's transfer the hummus into there.
Alright, hummus out of here. I mean, that is very efficient. I know that the one that we had before wasn't the...
I mean, like, it just didn't sound like it was doing anything, and all of a sudden it's completely blended.
That looks like a mousse. A mousse?
Oh. Back and forth.
Back and forth. It's been a back and forth show, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Spoon?
unexpectedly. You brought an extra spoon over, I thought.
I did.
Okay, so get
We're
that
not winning the
scooped
awards
out.
for Tidy Kitchen again, honey.
Never. Unfortunately.
That really does look like a mousse.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, that blended it.
Well, I think that's
Keep
probably
selling the
why.
blender. Keep selling the blender. More, more, more.
I think that's why black beans are so popular with,
I mean, look at that texture.
like, in sweet recipes. You know, there's
Right, okay,
those
I'll
black
get
bean
back to that.
brownies, and
We'll use that. Perfect.
smooth it out,
Smooth it out.
and
Move
then
this over. This is my side's got dirty. This is your side though. That's true.
we'll make this look all nice. So we'll put this on top.
Put that up, and then I'll bring over what we made earlier.
Yeah, get some crackers on a nice flat plate so.
Well, let's
it's
just
easy
show
to
the
see.
full. Oh!
I guess we should show all the crackers. That's fine.
We've got some new losses.
New losses.
They're just over on the side.
Oh.
These are the crackers when they come out.
Nice and
Great.
thick.
That looks really good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does.
Right, do you want to grab some?
Crunchy.
Do you want to bite one on camera?
I'll
and
bite
just-
one.
Go on. Oi,
Wow.
crunchy.
That's good.
Right, I'll get a plate. Do you want a plate or what do you want? What do you want?
Yeah, one of those shallow plates, please.
All right.
It tastes like
You hold that.
it tastes cheesy.
Good. Cheesy.
Mhm.
Shallow plate like this.
And I like how they're plain because, yes, please, because the Chipotle hummus is gonna have such a strong flavor to it.
Yeah.
So having like a neutral cracker, I think here is gonna be really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, you wanna?
Do you want to slide them on now? Oi, you can hear them. Obviously.
They've got a
Wow.
nice twist
Okay,
to
you
them.
going for that? Okay.
And they'll
okay,
be and they'll be nice and sturdy for grabbing hummus. You know, nothing's worse than you go to grab a
Nobody
whole
likes that.
cracker full of hummus, and then your cracker cracks in half, and
And then
then
it's on the
what?
floor.
Okay, so
Oh, I see what you're doing.
you want to usually serve hummus in like a big shallow bowl, so then you have like a small layer, and then you can really stack that. But that's fine. And then we'll do a swirl of this.
Wow. Okay.
I think that looks nice.
Yeah, I see where you're going with that.
Okay, and
Trusted
then
you.
we move in our certain amount of salsa.
Yeah, get that over there. Look at that. Bit of fresh coriander on the top
Wow,
of
sure. Get a few more
that.
little
A few more
freshies.
little chip chops on there.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Look at
How about that for a snack?
Bam.
That's you'll have so much hummus you're not gonna even know what to do with it because we had all that hummus there, and it's like you pay for that at the store.
A lot, yeah.
Like a lot of
Compared
money
to
for that, and it will have weird rando ingredients most of the time in it. You know exactly what in that. It's completely customizable for your palate taste, and so are the crackers.
Yeah, I
it's
love
just
it.
a win-win-win.
A win-win-win-win-win.
And if you're gonna do snack time, do it right. Bake it at home and get a lot for what you pay for,
Yeah.
and know what's going in it.
Agree, honey. I'm really excited. I mean, this stuff here.
Yeah, sold on that.
Sold on that. Excellent, honey. Well, does anybody have any questions before we call it a day? When can you eat? Right now. Well, thank you very much for watching. This recipe is available on our website as always. Catherine, I think you've been really great today. High energy, I've enjoyed it. Lots of facts.
You really helped me out today, Joshua.
And I'm looking for, I mean, this, we'll give a C for this, but this, what the real
is it.
centrepiece is an
Yeah.
A+.
I agree.
So, thank you very much. Appreciate you all. Much love. Peace.
Thanks, guys.
Cool?
Okay.
I'll get you some quick pictures of that.
Yeah.
Thank you to all of our show sponsors and supporters who make this show possible. The Healthcare Foundation of LaPorte, Grace Learning Centre, Citizens Concerned for the Homeless, and ALCO, Access LaPorte County. We appreciate all of your support.